Thank you for joining us this World AIDS Day. I am Sister Unity. I'm from the Los Angeles Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. World AIDS Day was founded in 1988 and is an opportunity for people to come together and unite in the fight against HIV, to support those living with HIV, and to commemorate those who have died from an AIDS-related illness. This year, the domestic theme is Ending the HIV Epidemic. Equitable access, everyone's voice. Together, we can stop HIV. The fundraising efforts held so far have been extraordinary. This year is well on the way to being a record-breaking year. We have raised over $2 million so far this year. Thank you for the work. We are making up for lost time, so let's keep pushing towards breaking the record so that the Los Angeles LGBT Center and San Francisco AIDS Foundation can continue providing the life-saving services. We hope this evening inspires you as we hear stories of connection, touching performances, and an outlook on the current status of the epidemic. To end the evening, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence will guide us through the candlelight vigil. We invite you to light a candle to honor those we have lost. To participate on screen during the vigil, you may join via the Zoom link in your participant center. You can also post remembrance messages on Zoom, Twitch, or Facebook to be highlighted during the broadcast. We ask the community to submit a video stating what World AIDS Day means to them, who they are honoring this evening, or why they participate in AIDS LifeCycle. Each story we receive reflects a different way we are connected to AIDS LifeCycle and World AIDS Day. Let's begin with the first story.
I'm raising money for HIV/AIDS services because it's important to me that members of the queer community are able to get the highest quality of health care and not have to suffer a great financial burden to get that great health care. I'm dedicating my participation and my fundraising for AIDS LifeCycle to my dear friends Lenwood and Jay, both of whom are living and thriving with HIV. Lenwood is a bit of a miracle in that he lived for a long time without treating his HIV, and now he's thriving and raising a teenage son who's also HIV positive.
Hello, I'm Glenn DeSandre, a Bay Area physician and the new chairman of the board of directors of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. The National AIDS Memorial Grove holds a prominent place in the hearts of the SFGMC family as a place to remember those we've lost and as a source of inspiration. There is no place more perfect than here in our own memorial for this very moment.
We all Hi, my name is Cleve Jones. I have been fighting AIDS for over 40 years now, and I am one of the original co-founders of the San Francisco AIDS Foundation and continue this day to do everything I can to support the foundation in its important work. I wish I could say that I see an end in sight, but I do not. I think that had we known 40 years ago that this was going to continue for so long, I think that many of us would not have had the courage to even get started. But the fact is that we are where we are, and the previous administration certainly set back our efforts significantly, not only in the United States, but around the globe. Happily, we can point to some really amazing progress. Most notably, of course, is PrEP, the ability to provide people with simple once-a-day medications that can prevent people from acquiring the virus in the first place. We've also made amazing advances in treatment, and the reality that we now have an approved once-a-month treatment is really a game changer for the lives of people living with HIV. I think that while the end is not yet in sight, we can see a way forward even in the absence of a vaccine, and that is through treatment as prevention. We know that people who are being successfully treated to the point where the virus is undetectable are not able to transmit the disease. I think all of us have been really struggling the last almost 2 years now since the emergence of COVID-19. And for me and many of my friends who are long-term survivors of HIV, in addition to the, doing everything we can to protect ourselves and our loved ones from getting COVID, it's also been a fairly bitter reminder of how many of the lessons that we should have learned from the HIV/AIDS pandemic seem to have been ignored or forgotten. And one of the most regrettable realities of that is to once again see the racial disparities play out in a very brutal way. Once again, we see that Black and brown people are more likely to get infected. They are more likely to be hospitalized, and they are more likely to die. This is shameful, and we need to do more. But I think that those of us who have been fighting HIV/AIDS have learned a great deal, and we have voices and experience that needs to be heard as we continue to meet the challenges of this new pandemic. This summer has been a time of reflection for me as I look back over 4 decades of fighting AIDS. I lost almost everybody I loved the most, and most of them died quite horribly and long before they should have. Working with the San Francisco AIDS Foundation and other organizations like the Los Angeles LGBT Center has kept me sane and has kept me hopeful. And I just am very deeply grateful to everyone who contributes to advancing this cause. People who participate in the AIDS LifeCycle, those of you who write checks, those of you who volunteer, you're kind of the best there are, and I'm very grateful. Thank you all.
San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus never, ever disappoints. A special thanks to Cleve Jones for keeping us updated on the AIDS epidemic and continuing to lead the way towards an end. Here's another story displaying just how dedicated our community is.
Hi, I'm Mark DeCio, and I've written AIDS LifeCycle since 2014. What does World AIDS Day mean besides being December 1st? Well, it's a time to give pause, remember why we're writing, why we're fighting, why we want HIV/AIDS to end. Well, I ride for Vince Crisostomo amongst many, many, many other people. The reason I ride for Vince is you'll find out once you look at the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, Elizabeth Taylor 50 Plus Network. Take a look at it and you'll see why I ride for Vince. Thank you so much, Vince. A lot of love to you.
Hey, my name's Sebastian. World AIDS Day is important to me, because it is a day to reflect on all the people we've lost over the years of this virus. And it's also a day to see how far we've come. This virus and the landscape around it changes every year. And so every year we get a chance to take stock on where we've been and where we're going. HIV and AIDS doesn't discriminate. And so our mission as custodians of the virus is to make sure that the people of the world don't discriminate the virus either, or the people that have it, because it is only through open awareness and education that we can effectively fight AIDS and HIV. Thank you.
The Trans Wellness Center is a unique collaboration between 6 different partner agencies. We have the Los Angeles LGBT Center, Children's Hospital, Bienestar, APAIT, Trans Latina Coalition, and Friends Community Center.
We all work together, and we all fill the gap that what one agency doesn't have, another agency does. That's going to be so much easier with the Transgender Wellness Center.
In addition to helping folks in their medical transition, we're also helping them with name and gender marker changes. We have legal services here. We also are going to be providing social support for addiction recovery. We're also going to have housing resources.
I want people to feel that their lives are important and that we're there to help.
We need physical places that we can gather together and do things that are important to us.
It's important to make sure that we are fostering strong relationships and foundations.
I think people can really be themselves with a strong community.
Everyone needs something to belong to.
We need to connect to each other face to face.
It allows me to have a space where I can express myself fully and be understood.
The intention of the Transgender Wellness Center is to remove a lot of the roadblocks that trans people have to face when they're trying to access services.
Because LA is so geographically spread out, it's difficult for people to seek all of these services.
A lot of our young people, when they decide to come out, unfortunately get cast to the streets.
Where are they going to go? With who they're going to speak? And this is the right place.
Being able to go to a one-stop shop and be able to receive so many different services is going to make it a lot easier for them to go ahead and come out and be who they are.
It's important to have a space that's for trans people, created by trans people, because we can understand that someone's journey might look different from another person's journey. We can support them and whatever their journey might look like.
It's always good to have a safe space, so if you ever feel like nobody understands you, you know where you can come. With the Trans Wellness Center, I feel that I don't have to explain myself. I could just come in as myself.
There isn't the same gatekeeping that happens in a lot of other spaces when folks are trying to access trans healthcare.
Folks that have paved the way for us, they experienced all kinds of harassment and discrimination and seeking out just these basic services.
We were getting our hormones in back alleys, at little corner markets, very black market.
My hope for the Transgender Wellness Center is that individuals who start their transition today won't have to go through all those hurdles that I went through, going to a different country, getting hormone therapy.
I really do wish I had a place like this when I started my transition. I feel like having a trans wellness center would have not only addressed the needs that I was looking to get immediately taken care of at the time, but it also would have kind of opened the doors to other things I didn't even realize I needed.
It's like a butterflies. This is a place for a butterflies.
En el Transgender Wellness Center, todos son bienvenidos.
My name is April Saravia, and I'm a linkage retention coordinator here at Trans Wellness Centers in Los Angeles, California. I want to welcome you to this place. I want to say that this place is amazing. We have lots of services here. We offer anything from name and gender mark change to primary care and HRT, to getting people into PrEP and PEP, and also to be able to assist people with recovery. I want to say that I'm glad to be part of this organization that's been going on in the past 4 years, and I'm so glad that this place is here for anyone in the trans and non-binary folks. And I want to say thank you for being part of this, and I'm glad to be here to assist you.
Thank you for sharing your personal stories. They are so moving. Thank you. I am truly grateful to know the Trans Wellness Center exists. Your support impacts the vital outreach and programming done through the Los Angeles LGBT Center. We have a few more stories to share before we begin the candlelight vigil. But now is a good time to make sure you have your candle ready to light.
Someone that's living with HIV isn't like an active drug user on the street who's homeless, who's shooting up, who's like having anonymous sex with multiple people. Like, that's not what HIV looks like. My name is Amit Guru, and HIV does not define who I am. I found out I was HIV positive back in 2011, and I was 24 years old. And I remember thinking to myself at the time, like, if I ever found out that I was HIV positive, I would literally just be done with living in the world. Because for me, I wasn't educated on what that meant to be positive and what it was like to live with HIV at the time. I didn't know what kind of medications there were. I didn't know what kind of resources there were. And literally, I held that 1990s mentality of it was a death sentence with me, even in 2011. Even being a gay man, I still thought it was a death sentence. AIDS LifeCycle means to me, it means community, it means giving back, it means breaking the stigma, it means providing resources and access to resources for folks that are unable to typically get access to services that are provided by AIDS LifeCycle.
My name is Edgar Arturo, and I had the honor of painting Amit. Amit was so powerful, so strong. He shared his experience with me as a person living and thriving with HIV, but also as someone in recovery. And that really resonated with me because of my own personal struggles with addiction. And so if I get the opportunity to even show the world just a small glimpse of what I see in Amit, like, that's a huge honor for me as an artist. But aside from that, I hope that the painting also serves as an invitation for folks to take control of their health and ending that stigma, because we know that undetectable is untransmissible.
Living authentically is not always easy, but it is living victoriously.
I am in awe of all the ways we are connected to World AIDS Day. Thank you to the Trans Chorus of Los Angeles for uplifting us tonight with Victorious. It has been a pleasure joining you on tonight's journey. Continue kicking ass fundraising to ensure we can continue services at San Francisco AIDS Foundation and the Los Angeles LGBT Center now. It is time to grab your candle and a lighter as we move into the candlelight vigil. As a reminder, you can join the live candlelight vigil by clicking on the Zoom link in your participant center. You can also continue watching this broadcast. Tell us who you are honoring this evening in the comments. Let's begin. We will start with a blessing. Tonight you will be participating in the traditional candle blessing, honoring those we have lost to AIDS. Helping to deliver our blessing will be my fellow Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence from houses across the world. Say hello, sisters.
Hi, my name is Sister Leah from the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence in the north part of Germany. My house is called the Temple of Nordic Joy.
I'm Sister Bianca Bankson from the North Carolina Raleigh/Greensboro house of the Smoking Cardinal Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
My name is Sister Suzette.
This is Sister Mary Peter.
Hi, I'm Sister Mayflower.
My name is Sister Fancy Pants.
My name is Sister Polyamorose with Blessed Mercy Buku and Bona Aris from the Transpennine Travelling Sisters in Holmfirth, UK.
You and the sisters will perform this blessing with thousands of others whose lives have been touched by the loss of people we loved and who are inspired to work hard to prevent the loss of any more. Though tonight we may not be in one location, yet we will be a galaxy of lights spread across the land. And now, our blessing.
In der dunkelsten Zeit des Jahres erinnern wir uns.
In the dark, we bring light. In the sickness, we bring help. We bring hope.
Death separates a soul from a lifetime.
The life has ended, the soul is eternal.
We remember each life. We bless each soul.
May the souls of each one we have loved and lost be blessed.
May light surround them and carry them forward.
We have received their blessing. May their light shine upon us.
Mögen wir ihre Liebe mit allen anderen teilen.
May we remember their love always.
May we share their love with all others. May the love they left in our hearts inspire us to inspire all others.
May our light bring light to the world. Bless our participants. Bless our donors. Bless our staff.
Bless the start and bless the finish.
Bless the road and bless the rest.
Now, let us light our candle and observe a moment of silence. If you wish, you may say the name of someone lost to AIDS. Say their name aloud to your light. though they are apart, no soul is ever lost. May your light always shine through darkness. Save the rest of your candle for when we see you again in the time of year that is filled with light.